Welcome to Lingua Latina, Chapter 11, Grammatica Latina. So in this chapter, we got to get right to some explanation of the grammar. There are two items. One is third declension, declinatio tertia. The third declension, the genders of the third declension can be tricky because you can have masculine, feminine, and neuter nouns in the third declension, and they're randomly assorted throughout. So to memorize them all would be quite a challenge. So there are some rules to help you with this. One is that the masculine nouns, here we have vocabula masculina, masculine third declension nouns tend to end in error, er, r, or or, as you see here, pastor, shepherd, mercator, merchant, clamor, shout, and an or, timor, color, ayer, winter, and then we have some others, though, that break that rule, like soul, sun, leo, lion, pulmo, lung, homo, man, pacefoot. There are several on this list that break this rule. So the exceptions need to be memorized, but as a general rule, error, er, or, and r ending nouns in the third declension tend to be masculine. Memorize the ones that aren't. Moans, pones, phones, and dens. Those are all also masculine, even though they end in s. Let's look at the feminine rule, which is more universal, and that is that if the noun ends in sox, it tends to be feminine. So you have error for masculine, sox, socks for feminine. So you have ois, walis, awis, auris, all ending in s. And then we have wokes ending in x. Arbor is an exception to this. Arbor, tree, and all names of different trees tend to be feminine. Okay, and then the neuter nouns tend to end in lancet, usris, L-A-N-C-E-T, that's lancet, and usris, if it ends in us, nominative, and ris, genitive, that tends to also be neuter. So we have flumen, ends in n. Os is an exception, mouth. Crus is an usris noun. Corpus is an usris, corpus corporis. Pectus is an usris, pectus pectoris. Yecur, yecur yecuris. So several of those. So just memorize the rule. It'll help you with then to only have to memorize the exceptions. So you have error, sox, lancet, usris is your rule. Here we have that the plural of these neuters, third declension, end in a, short e-a, and the accusative and nominative are the same. So let's look at the chart. This is something to memorize. Remember, we always memorize our chart with the nominative, the accusative following the dative. So corpus, corporis, corpori, corpus, corpore. So memorize this chart. Notice a couple things I want you to notice in the chart. That you have in the genitive plural. So corporum means of the bodies. Fluminum, of the rivers. It looks like an accusative singular, so you have to know which declension that noun belongs to. Notice down here with the I stem neuters, these are called I stem third declension nouns, and these are neuter. And you have a couple of weird forms. One is the ablative singular has a long I. So instead of mare, short e, you get mari, long I. Same thing with animali here in the ablative singular. You also get ium in the genitive plural. So animalium, of the animals, marium, of the seas. Okay, let's go down to accusative with infinitive. We went over this in the exercises. There are many ways in which Latin will form the accusative subject and infinitive verb, main verb. So Julia sleeps. Sira sees that Julia is asleep. After verbs of seeing, hearing, feeling, commanding, saying, thinking, rejoicing, and it is necessary that, you have this accusative subject and infinitive main verb construction. Very, very common. I'll see you over in the Grammatica exercises now.